Hi everybody, Karma's back with episode 29 of My Life Stories. Thank you to all my subscribers for returning to support me, and if you're a new viewer, please consider subscribing to my channel. Today's video has been sponsored by LifeTech for You. A link to LifeTech for You has been listed below. If you're new to this channel, I hope you enjoy the story I have for you today. So get yourself a drink, sit back, relax, and let's begin. The name of this story is Do Something Nice Today. Dear Karma, my parents taught us to give a helping hand, volunteer, donate to worthy causes, and to care about what was going on in our community. This has carried over into my adult life and career. I have used my positions in companies to help sponsor Identikid programs, raise money for charities and disasters, and joined the board of organizations related to the industry I was employed in. While living in North Carolina, I ended up on an association board, and after 2 years of being a board member, I was elected as its president. The association had a monthly board meeting and an industry convention for its members once a year. During this show, we would have a silent auction for items donated by its members. This money would then be given to a charity. As always, I kept thinking, what could we do to raise more money? We lived in such a diverse state with mountains, beaches, and a little bit of everything. I got to experience these wonderful sights and adventures as my job took me all over the state. I had become acquainted with several owners of various businesses that I would frequent in my travels. I had a favorite inn to stay at in the mountains, a favorite steakhouse on the beach, a great gift store that sold only gifts made in the state, and a winery from the southern part of the state. So that sparked the idea to make a North Carolina gift basket with items exclusively from the state. I started making phone calls and personal appearances, asking, begging, and sometimes strong-arming a donation for the basket. This turned out to be a chore. First getting the commitment for a donation, and then being able to get all of them collected and picked up. I had promised 3 of my donors that I would pick up their donations at the end of the week. I would be in Tennessee visiting a couple of facilities and would stop by, coming back into the western part of the state. Unfortunately, on the way back into North Carolina, there had been a rock slide that blocked the highway. I was taking the detour that was going to add 300 miles to my trip, and at least 6 more hours with all the traffic. I pulled off the highway on the detour to get gas. After a short pit stop, I was getting ready to get back on my journey when my Garmin quipped, "Rerouting." I paused, looked at the directions, saw highway numbers, and read that some were labeled as parkways. I had found a route that would save me hours on this trip. New route locked in. Away I went, enjoying the view of the mountains and the farms along the way. The 2-lane highway was well maintained, and moving along at 55 miles per hour was better than the stop and go I had experienced on the expressway. Garmin expertly guided me through these picturesque mountain communities. About 45 minutes into my drive, my blacktop state highway turned into a well-kept gravel road. Having listened to locals over the years, I had heard about highways so far up in the mountains that they first maintained them as gravel and hadn't paved. Travel still was at a good clip and the views were magnificent. Garmin announced I would be making a right on Silver Hollow Parkway, another well-maintained gravel road, or at least that's what I thought, until I had gone a quarter of a mile, and instead of going over the creek, the road went through the creek. What made my heart sink was on the other side of the creek, the road went straight up the side of the mountain. It was so steep, a good Missouri mule wouldn't have made it to the top. I turned around and let Garmin recalculate. After studying the directions once more, took off on a route through the Great Smoky Mountains National Forest. The roads remained graveled as I traveled deeper into the mountains, crossing through creeks and going around a boulder or two that had tumbled into the roadway. Then, Mother Nature threw in a twist as it started to snow. The road turned into a one-lane goat trail as I continued over the mountain. I softly said a prayer to my guardian angels as I peered out of my side window and could see over the edge of the mountain with nothing but air between the road and a straight drop-off. The road was slick with spots of ice and plenty of mud. Just when I thought I was completely lost, wondering if I would be found if I ran out of gas, I saw a Jeep Cherokee heading straight up the road towards me. I was like, oh great, there's no place for me to go, and no way I'm backing up. About that time, the driver veered to the high side of the road, stopping to allow me space to pass. Looking up at the driver as I passed, I saw an elderly lady in her 70s smiling at me. Seeing her gave me a flicker of hope that all wasn't lost, and I could make it through the situation, as harrowing as the drive had been. Within a mile, I was back on paved roads and 10 minutes from my destination. My car had gone from a sleek silver to brown from all the mud. Meeting with the donors, I was able to pick up their donations and a couple of other items they had talked their friends into donating. The basket was taking on a life of its own as the donations came in for it. The retail value grew to over $1,000. In a meeting, the board voted to have this item as a raffle item, selling tickets rather than a silent auction piece. There was opposition to doing something new, but the voters put the idea into motion. The convention came, and I was busy in making sure all events were happening as scheduled. I got a chance to make it by the auction table to put in my bid on a couple of items and to buy a couple of tickets for the basket. There were several folks buying tickets for the basket too, which brought a warm feeling to my heart. The convention came to a close, and a ticket was drawn for the winner of the basket. The absolute excitement the winner expressed as I presented them with the basket was overwhelming. It made my adventure to put the basket together worth every trial and tribulation I had endured to get it done. The most gratifying moment came when the tally was announced for our charity donation. This year was the largest amount collected for our charity, and the raffle for the basket accounted for half of the amount we had collected. There were no pats on the back for me, but the joy and satisfaction of knowing my hard work had done so much good is a memory I will cherish forever. So you see, Karma, doing something nice isn't always easy, but it is rewarding knowing that you did something to help change the world and make it a better place. Keep up the hard work, Karma. Sincerely, R.W. There are lots of people that donate their own time, energy, and a lot of their own resources to others that are in need. This is so important, especially right now. I would really like to use this channel as a platform to recognize some of these people. If you can leave the name of the person you want to be recognized in the comments section, I will be happy to thank them in my next video. So, up on screen, this is an example of a Facebook post that I received. And as much as I would like to identify this person, I don't have permission, so I have blocked out his face and his name. I'd like to thank the author of this story, R.W. You can leave 3 heart emojis in the comments section to show your appreciation and your support for the author of this story, R.W. If you would like your story read on my channel, please submit your story to karma@karmagetin.com or post to you/Karmagetin on Reddit. All stories will be read anonymously with either initials, descriptions, or pseudonyms only. Thank you again, LifeTech4You, for sponsoring this video. If you would like to place an order through LifeTech4You, please use discount code Karmagetin, all caps, for a 10% discount and free shipping at checkout. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Feel free to share with anyone and subscribe and hit the bell icon to receive notifications regarding any new videos that come out. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And that's all I have for you today. Remember, do something nice today. Help me change the world.
It's not their turn, it's my turn to shine. Like the rays of the sunlight reaching out my arms.
Catch you next Tuesday. Stay positive, stay healthy, and please be careful to observe social distancing when you are out in public. Have yourself a terrific day and a peaceful night, and we can talk again later.